This workout will be a combination. Decompression focused. You'll be doing your lunge decompression, standing decompression, founder, and woodpecker. Let's get started. Setting up for a standing decompression, the feet come together. Toes touch, heels separate 1 to 2 inches. We unlock the knees, bring the inside thighs together. We're going to take our measuring sticks, pinkies at the head of the pelvis, thumbs at the low rib. Elbows are active and wide to the sides. Lengthening through the back of the neck, chin back, chest up. We're going to breathe space across the back side of the body, reaching the ribs for the wall behind us. Squeezing the inside thighs, expanding, reaching the ribs. We're hinging the hips back an inch. Arms go into a long wing position. Breathe space across the shoulder blades. Sphere of tension, height of the heart. Squeezing the fingertips, squeezing the inside thighs. We're grabbing into the mat with our 3 points of contact, base of the big toe, pinky toe and heel. Breathing, reaching the ribs for the wall behind us as if you're reaching the ribs away from the fingertips. Squeezing the thighs, squeezing the fingers, float them up off the line of the forehead. We're going to check in, chin back, chest up. We're lengthening through the back of the neck. We're breathing and reaching the ribs for the wall. We're squeezing the inside thighs. We're squeezing the fingertips. Focusing on lengthening the back side of our body with every inhalation, maintaining it as we exhale by pulling the stomach away from the pant lining. Hands come back down to height of the heart. Let's take an expansive decompression breath. Long wing position. Breathe space between the shoulder blades. Measuring sticks. Elbows are wide to the side. We're expanding. The back of the neck is long. Let it all relax. Step your right foot back. Setting up for a lunge decompression. Weights 50-50. Parallel the outside edges of your feet. 3 points of contact on the front foot. 2 points of contact on the back. Elbows are wide to the sides. Chin back, chest up. We're lengthening through the back of the neck. We're expanding and elevating as we begin to scissor the legs towards each other. Front heel pulls back, back toes pull forward. Expanding and elevating, engaging the abdominal, the arms come to a long wing position. Breathing space between the shoulder blades, we're going to scoop to a sphere of tension, height of the heart. Weight staying 50-50. We're looking for that moment we're about to fall backwards as we scissor the legs and squeeze the fingertips. Eyes are on the horizon line, we're going to float the hands up off the line of the forehead. Lengthening through the back of the neck, expanding, reaching the back of the ribs for the wall behind us. Scissoring the legs towards each other. Front heels pulling back, back toes are pulling forward. We're squeezing the fingertips. 3 more breaths here, expanding and elevating the ribs, working to maintain the height as we engage the abdominal on the exhale. Hands come down to height of the heart. Reach those back ribs on your next inhalation away from the fingertips. Long wing position. Into a measuring stick. Elbows wide to the sides, eyes are on the horizon, lengthen through the neck, scissor the legs last time, breathe big. Walk out of it. Right foot forward, left foot back. Walking stride distance, hip width apart. 3 points of contact on the front foot, 2 points of contact on the back. We're going to scissor the legs towards each other. We're going to take our measuring sticks. The knees have that subtle degree of bend. We're making sure we don't lock out the joints. Elbows are wide to the sides. Lengthening through the back of the neck. Let's take an expansive decompression breath. Really think that you're pulling those elbows wide to the walls around you. Expanding, creating space with every inhalation. Scissoring the legs towards each other. We're going to bring our arms to a long wing position. Breathing space across the back side of your body. Reaching the ribs. We're going to scoop to a sphere of tension, height of the heart. Scissoring the legs towards each other. Squeezing the fingertips. Lengthening through the back of the neck, we're going to float the hands up off the line of the forehead. We're going to focus on 5 decompression breaths here. Expand, elevate, engage the abdominal. Scissor the legs towards each other. Grab with that front foot as you traction the heel back. Traction the back toes forward. Focusing on lengthening up away from that scissor of the legs. Squeezing the fingertips where the back of the neck is long. Hands come down to height of the heart. Back into a long wing position. Measuring sticks. Step forward, and we're going to set up for our wide founder. Feet wider than shoulder width apart. Parallel the outside edges of the feet. Check in. You've got your 3 points of contact, base of the big toe, pinky toe and heel. Let's take our measuring sticks. Elbows wide to the side. So strings on the end of your elbows, pulling them to the side walls. Chin back, chest up. We're lengthening through the back of the neck with the eyes on the horizon line. Grabbing the ground with the feet, we're going to subtly pull towards center. Looking to feel tension up the inside thighs as we hinge the hips back 1 inch. Your butt's reaching just behind you. Arms come into a long wing position. Breathe space between the shoulder blades. Engage the abdominal as you exhale, scooping to a sphere of tension, height of the heart. Squeezing the fingertips, we're going to float them up off the line of the forehead as we hinge the hips back. Reach your hips behind your heels. Grab the ground with the feet, pull towards center as you squeeze the fingertips. Hips and hands are in tug of war right now. Reach the hips behind you, reach the fingertips forward, lengthen through the back of the neck. Check in, are your shoulders creeping up towards your ears? Relax the shoulders down, but breathe space between the shoulder blades. Hands come to height of the heart, into our long wing position. Let's take measuring sticks and hold. Grab the ground with the feet, pull towards center. For 5, we bring the hips up. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And let's go into our woodpecker. Left foot forward, right foot back. Weights 50-50, walking stride distance apart, hip distance apart. 3 points of contact on the front foot, 2 points of contact on the back. Outside edge of the feet are parallel. Our hips are square. Let's take our measuring sticks. Chin back, chest up. We're lengthening through the back of the neck. Elbows are wide to the sides. Let's check in on our ground position. Feet are walking stride distance. Hip width apart. Outside edges parallel. 3 points of contact on the front foot. 2 points of contact on the back. Elbows are wide to the sides. We're not scissoring our legs anymore. We're focusing on expanding and elevating the ribs as we hinge the hips back 1 inch. Arms come into a long wing position. Breathe space between the shoulder blades as we counter hinge the hips back and reach the hands into a sphere of tension, height of the heart. 80% of your weight's on the front foot, 20% on the back. We're hinging the hips back as we reach the hands forward. We're squeezing the fingertips as we float them off the line of the forehead. If you're looking out over a cliff edge, you're trying to see how much you can see without getting too close to the edge. Grabbing with the front foot, pushing through our 3 points of contact, squeezing the fingertips, lengthening through the back of the neck. Hands come back down to height of the heart, back to our long wing position. Measuring sticks. As we push off the front foot, we bring the chest up, switch sides, right foot forward, left foot back. Walking stride distance apart, hip width, parallel the outside edges of the feet. 3 points of contact on the front foot, 2 points of contact on the back. Measuring sticks, elbows are wide to the sides. Active elbows. Chin back, chest up. We're lengthening through the back of the neck. Eyes are on the horizon line as we begin to expand. Reach the back of the ribs for the wall behind you as you inhale. Slow and controlled, pull that stomach away from the pant lining as you exhale. Hinge the hips back 1 inch. Arms come into a long wing position. Scoop to a sphere of tension, height of the heart. Counter hinge the hips back. Squeeze the fingertips. Reach the hips back as the hands reach forward. Float them off the line of the forehead. Let's go 5 breaths here. Expand. Reach the back of the ribs for the wall behind you. Breathe space. Reach these fingertips forward. Squeeze them. Grab the ground with the front foot. Focus on pushing through the base of the big toe, pinky toe and heel. As the hands come to height of the heart, they float to a long wing position. We take measuring sticks. Push off the front foot, hinge the hips forward, stand tall. We're going to go back into our standing decompression. Feet come together. Toes touch, heels separate. 3 points of contact on both feet. We unlock the knees, bring the inside thighs together. Take our measuring sticks. Elbows are wide to the sides. Pinky's on the head of the pelvis. Thumb is on the low rib. Eyes are on the horizon line. Chin back, chest up. We're lengthening through the back of the neck. Squeezing the inner thighs. Active elbows are wide to the sides. We breathe and expand and reach these back ribs for the wall behind us. Arms come to a long wing position. Let's hinge the hips back an inch. Scoop to a sphere of tension, height of the heart. Squeeze the fingertips. Squeeze the inside thighs. Lengthening through the back of the neck. Breathe and expand. Float the hands up off the line of the forehead. 5 breaths here. Lengthening across the back of the body while we maintain the anchor between our feet and our fingertips. Expand and elevate the ribs. Engage the abdominal on the exhale. We're looking to see if we can't find that inch or two more of length and height and space. Hands come back down to height of the heart. Long wing position. Let's take our measuring sticks. Finish strong. Active elbows wide to the sides. Breathe and expand. Reach the back of your ribs for the walls behind you. Engage the abdominal as you exhale. Squeeze the inside thighs. Bring the hips forward and stand tall. Left foot forward, right foot back. Lunge decompression. Walking stride distance, hip width apart. 3 points of contact on the front foot. 2 points of contact on the back. Let's take our measuring sticks. Elbows are active, wide to the sides. You want your weight 50-50. We're leaning towards that moment of almost falling backwards as we begin to scissor our legs towards each other. The front heel pulls back, the back toes pull forward. Maintaining our 3 points of contact, we're going to expand and create space across the back of our body. Engage the abdominal as we exhale. Arms come to a long wing position. Breathe space between the shoulder blades as we scoop to a sphere of tension, height of the heart. Squeeze the fingertips, scissor the legs. Breathe and reach the ribs for the wall behind you. Back of the neck is long. We're making sure we're not letting our shoulders track up towards our ears. The shoulders are down. We're creating space across the back of the body. Hands float up off the line of the forehead. We're scissoring the legs hard. We're squeezing the fingertips tight. We're not letting those fingertips separate. Right now, I shouldn't be able to separate either of these guys' hands. They're working. Hands come back down to height of the heart, to a long wing position. Measuring sticks. Elbows active and wide. Lengthening through the back of the neck, scissoring the legs. Step forward and switch sides. Right foot forward, left foot back. Weight's going to be 50-50. A walking stride distance, hip width apart. 3 points of contact on the front foot, 2 points of contact on the back. The outside edges are parallel. Check in. We want to make sure our hips are square. Measuring sticks. Elbows are wide to the sides. Active. We're not letting him flop back into this passive position. If I'm pushing in, he's pushing his elbows out away from me. Both guys are staying active through the elbows. They're lengthening through the back of the neck. They're expanding, reaching the back of the ribs for the wall behind us. We're scissoring our legs towards each other. The front heel's pulling back. The back toes are pulling forward. Arms come to a long wing position. We're going to scoop to a sphere of tension, height of the heart. Squeeze the fingertips. Scissor the legs towards each other. Lengthening through the back of the neck. Try to breathe the back of the ribs away from the fingertips. Float the hands off the line of the forehead. Let's focus on 5 breaths here, lengthening through the back of the body. Scissoring the legs and squeezing the fingertips. Making sure we're keeping the elbows subtly down and towards each other, that subtle degree of external rotation. Scissoring the legs, squeezing the fingers, the hands float down to height of the heart, to a long wing position. Measuring sticks. Let's check in. We've got our 3 points of contact on the front foot. Our weight's still 50-50. We're scissoring our legs. Our elbows are active and wide. Let's step forward and finish strong with a last standing decompression. Toes touch, heels separate. Unlock the knees, bring the inside thighs together. We've got our 3 points of contact on both feet. The outside edges are parallel. We've softened the knees. We're squeezing the inner thighs. We're taking our measuring sticks, active elbows, wide to the sides. Chin back, chest up. The eyes are on the horizon as we lengthen through the back of the neck. We breathe and expand and reach the back of the ribs for the wall behind us as we hinge the hips back an inch. Squeezing the inside thighs, the arms come to a long wing position. Scooping to a sphere of tension, height of the heart, floating right up to off the line of the forehead. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the fingertips so we can't separate your hands. Checking in, the shoulders aren't creeping up, the shoulders are relaxed and down as we breathe and reach the back ribs for the wall behind us, engaging the abdominal with every exhale. Lengthening through the back of the body, the hips have hinged back an inch. We're squeezing the thighs, squeezing the fingers for 2 more breaths, lengthening through the body. Hands come back down to height of the heart. Back into that long wing position. Let's take measuring sticks and check in one last time. Elbows wide, legs squeezing, back of the neck long, lengthening through the body. Stand tall and relax. That was your standing decompression, lunge decompression, wide founder and woodpecker. I hope you enjoyed it.